I could actually run in here if I wanted to. So yeah, but yeah, but yeah, but yeah, but yeah, but yeah. That's all I say all the time. But yeah, but yeah, but yeah. Hey, but yeah, but yeah, hey, but yeah, but yeah, but yeah, but yeah. You think it's speaking another language or something, eh? And I am just standing on the side of what's called the Rocky River in Jasper National Park. It's really close to the beginning of the park. And what's interesting here is that this is a really large valley that kind of separates Maligne Lake and, let's say, the Miette Hotsprings. I wanted to come and explore this place because there's a wide open valley here. It'll actually go about 60 to 80 kilometers from what I can tell. You can even hike back into Maligne Lake from here if you want, through Jacques Lake. That's also a route you can take. It's quite a ways out. So I'm just out here to explore this valley and also to check out places where I could possibly ski this winter and find out where the best routes are. And already I can tell that these routes here have a lot of animal tracks running across here. Goats and maybe deer and elk that all come roaming through here. It's a very common path. We're going to be making our own treks today, but in this area, from what I can tell from the satellite imagery, there shouldn't be a whole lot of dense forest for us to get through, so it should be fairly easy. So let's have a look, see if we can get some good shots. Me about a good half hour to get only maybe half a kilometer in here. There's a lot of these like little branches sticking up, and you can tell further down that way it kind of settles down a bit. The Rocky River side here, you can tell that in the spring this is probably way wider than when it is, but the river now might only be like 5 to 10 meters wide total. So I was walking along the trail and you can see these I thought these were dog prints, but then I was looking for human prints and couldn't see any human prints around anywhere. So yeah, obviously wolf prints here, because this is my hand. Fits perfectly inside of here. Well, you don't have to venture far away from the Rocky River and you come across this, what looks like an open meadow, but it's obviously not. As you can tell by the evidence all over the ground here. This was burnt. Yeah, this is still staining my gloves. So, like the charcoal from the wood, that stains forever, regardless of how long ago that burnt. It probably happened fairly long time ago, because all the trees are pretty much on the ground. There's some new growth that's slowly growing up here, but none of these trees are really more than like 2-3 feet tall. I will take advantage for as long as I can and hike in this little valley, because as you can see, it's wide open. For as far as you can see, there's nothing. And you really can't get lost. The road's that way, we're going that way. It's kind of wide open all throughout. And here you can get a really good view of the syncline ridge behind me here. trying to aim to get on top of this little hill here to see if we can get a better view. Getting a lot chillier now once I get on the top of the ridge because you're more exposed, and obviously there's no trees to hide you from the wind. Got a gorgeous view of Talbot Lake right down there. It's kind of on the other side of this little ridge here on this side, the south side of the highway, and on the other side would be the Athabasca River. Also, you have to be careful walking around here because you pretty much have to follow the grain of the wood. You're actually better off to follow the ridge, and that way you don't have to cross pieces of wood like that. It really slows you down. All around all this stuff, it's easier to try to cut in a straight line. I've already fallen twice just by tripping on all the branches off of this dead wood, so I'll take the extra couple seconds to go around. So pretty view, can't complain, don't regret my decision. See if we can get up on top of the ridge to see this gorgeous valley that seems to extend pretty much forever. That's a good example here of why it takes a long time for a forest to regenerate after a forest fire like this. As you can tell, if you look down below, most of the trees are down on the ground. My guess is probably 80–90%. But there's still a bunch that aren't. Eventually it has to weaken and all of this just has to get knocked over. And this isn't the only one. This whole ridge, there's one there, there's one in front of me over there. All of them, all along this ridge, they've all been basically uprooted from the wind. That's pretty much the only thing that makes these trees fall down after a forest fire is the wind. So obviously the ones on the ridge are going to fall down sooner because they're exposed to way more wind. Like this guy. And now we're about 4 kilometers in, and for the first time I've seen full-grown trees that probably started growing right after the fire. There's not that many, but there's a bunch of full-grown trees right down there. Not too sure why those grew and nothing else did here, but they got first dibs. So if you're ever traveling through this area, follow the ridges. There's no trees like on here, and you can travel so much faster. The distance that I traveled today, I should have been able to do in under an hour, and I've been going at it for 2 hours now. So it's kind of crazy. So this is the end of the first ridge. Woo! Yeah. This is like a whoop, a drop off here. Crazy. All right. There's your little drop off there. I think we're gonna keep going on the ridge, and behind me here, we're gonna have to walk down that way and then follow the ridge. So yeah, if you want to avoid the deadwood, it's a cool little trick in these national parks where there's no trails. Just follow the top of the ridges, and it's a lot easier, because I'm pretty sure that now that I've experienced this, to get back to my vehicle, I'll be changing my route, going slightly further, and I'll get there significantly quicker. yes, definitely following the ridge is the way to go, because now I got an amazing view here of the whole valley. There's like a little dip in between the one ridge, and it goes back down, it comes back up, and you'll hit some trees there. And as soon as you hit the highest portion of this ridge, I'm gonna keep walking here, but like as far as I can see, there's hardly any trees. And actually walking on the very top of the ridge is a little bit more difficult because there'll be more snow kind of packed down. So I've been kind of walking about 5-10 meters away from the ridge, and right now, as you can tell, it's pretty much walking like if you're in the summertime, really. As you can see, if I was walking at the bottom of this ridge trying to get down this valley, you would probably give up without having an actual trail. And what's surprising in this area in Jasper, there's no trail. There's no trail that comes down here. Don't know why. It's a gorgeous valley, and once we get to the end of this ridge here, I have a feeling we're gonna have an amazing view of the whole valley. I finally hit my objective for today, which is the end of this ridge here. And we're just under 7 kilometers, about, yeah, 6.7 kilometers up here. The ridge here, you can tell it starts to go down and down and down and down. It still looks open. I might keep going down further, but eventually it drops down because the Rocky River turns inside this valley here, and it kind of splits us on this ridge to that mountain back there, which is called Makwa Ridge. It looks just like a pointy mountain, but at the back of that pointy mountain, there's a ridge that keeps going. And that there is sitting at around 2,200. So it's about 900 meters higher than what we are right now at 1,300 meters when we're following the ridge. The whole ridge on that side, which this keeps going all the way to the road. And then there's the amazing view of the ridge on the back side here. And yeah, I'm gonna try to take a few good panos and show you guys this right now. I hope you guys enjoyed the wonderful view of this ridge. I'm Eric Tremblay, and these are my adventures. Hope you enjoyed the video, and keep following us, because every week we're exploring Alberta and showing you guys all the cool places right in your backyard. Peace out.